Okay, we're working here on this 2000 Ford Ranger XLT 4.0, VIN number X. I guess there's two different 4.0s, and the VIN number 8 digit will tell you which one it is. Okay, we were looking for this mystery leak, wasn't able to locate it, and we ended up replacing the water pump because the water pump did show signs of seepage coming out of the front bearing, and this weeping hole is like really super big. So we replaced the water pump, and it ended up not being that. Still had the leak. So now we replaced the timing cover gasket, thinking that it was coming out of the water coolant port through the timing cover, and it wasn't that. So the next thing we went is the intake gasket. We got it pulled off, and you can see where it failed. Right there's where it failed, and it just cruised down there into this crack and cruised on down the side of the timing cover and dropped all the way on the side down there. And it looked like it might have been a freeze plug, but if you just followed where the water was coming from. But the engine was so dirty before, look how black it was. You couldn't tell where the water was coming from because the water glare was kind of camouflaged in the blackness of the dirty engine. So now that we got the timing cover all cleaned up and the water pump's brand new, you can see obviously we found where the water was coming from. It was right there. So to do this, what I did was first of all, you number your wires. If you look at your coil, they're already numbered. So just number the top of the plastics on the wires so that you can get that, so that it's easier to just slap it all back together and not have to worry about which plug wire goes where and have it all mixed up. So what I did next was I took the upper pinion gasket off, and that consisted of, where's my upper pinion? Upper pinion. That consisted of 6 bolts. You can see over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once you got those bolts out, that pinion will come off. Just be sure to disconnect anything that's connected to it, whether it's connectors or vacuum. The vacuum separated over there. I don't know if you can see that over there on that corner. Here. Separated from here and over there, and that whole middle section just came out of the car. So it lets us more room to work on it. Next, we popped off all the valve covers because the valve covers have to come off first before the intake comes out. Because if you look at it, the intake is actually part of the head, which I didn't know that until I just researched it a little bit more. So the top bolts, they were all 13. Somebody threw a 12 in there, so I could tell that somebody's been in here before. So they're supposed to be 13 millimeters to take the upper intake off, 10 millimeters to take the lower intake off, 10 millimeters to take the valve covers off. So there's not much having to switch and different size sockets and all that. And I had this torn down within 2 hours. Carefully not to try to break any of these connectors because they're so hard and brittle that it makes it real easy for it to break. So now that I got the intake out, I can go ahead and install my new gaskets, which I'm waiting for AutoZone. And when you look for the gasket kit, you can get the lower intake manifold, which is this one, gasket by itself, but you don't get the valve cover gaskets, the upper intake gasket, and any other little doohickey gaskets that they got in there. So it's either that, only get the lower part, or you have to order the whole top end kit, which is valve cover gaskets, intake lower, intake upper, EGR valve, and I'm not sure what else came with it. Like I said, I haven't received mine, still waiting for AutoZone to send them down. Just to give you some info on the truck. About routing. Okay, as soon as I got it all cleaned up, I'm gonna start slapping it all back together, and it's not gonna leak anymore, and I'll be happy. Alright, everybody. everybody, you take care. And I hope this video helped. Merry Christmas.